Is April 3rd, Monday, and we are in BBA section A. So let's invite someone to tell us what we read in last class. Roll number 2. Roll number 2. Divya Vaidya. Okay, read aloud what we did in class yesterday.
About manifesto, rules public declaration of ideas.
Okay, we talked about a manifesto, which means public declaration of ideas. What else?
A piece of writing on a serious topic.
Okay, a piece of writing on a serious topic. Go on. Hello. उसले केही भनिरहेको तपाईँ सुनिराख्नु भएको छैन। तपाईँ यही नेचर बिहेभियर बुझ्दिनँ कि। अरे यसले के गर्छ? लुक म नेपाली बोलेँ नि। किन नेपाली बोलेँ? रिसाएर। एक्सट्रिम रिस भएर। एङ्गर भएर। क्लास सुरु हुनु पाएन मुड बिगार्नु भयो नि। उसले केही भनिरहेको त सुन्नु पर्यो नि त। ऊ कसैलाई बोलेको? कसलाई रिमाइन्ड गराएको उसले हिजो के पढेको भनेर? तपाईँ सुन्न किन तयार नहुने? किन आएको क्लासमा नसुन्ने भए? नपढ्ने भए? किन आएको क्लासमा? बुवा आमाले घर बस्दिनु भएर आएको? उसले केही भन्न खोजिरहेको छ, म तँलाई रिले गरिरहेको छु, बुझाइरहेको छु, सुन्दैन, हल्ला गरेर बस्छ। नालायकहरू। गो अन।
Talked about the burghers and proletarians.
Bourgeois and proletarian, two classes. Bourgeois, the middle class, the business class. Most of us belong to bourgeois class. Yes, go on. That's all? Okay, thank you. So we talked about the concepts of bourgeois and proletarian. Can someone show me their notes? If you have good notes, I want to see what was the last thing I was talking about. So as I see your notes, I was talking about thesis. Okay. Society, paragraph. I talked about paragraph, idea, detail. Then I talked about what is a class, right? Okay. Did I talk about thesis and antithesis? Did I? No. Let me continue from here. Let me show the text to you so that you can follow the text on the screen. Come in. Oh. Okay. So as you can see, maybe if you have another person, the title may not be there. The sections have title, right? It has a background information. मैले बुझ्नै सकिरहेको छैन कि बिहान बिहानै पढ्न आएको विद्यार्थी पढ्दै बोलेर बस्छ, सुन्दैन कुरा। What the hell are you here for? केलाई आएको कलेज? टिचरले केही कुरा भन्न खोजिरहेछ, तपाईँ सुन्ने मुडमा हुनुहुन्न, बेलामा आउनुहोस् न। रोल नम्बर 15 मार्क्स लगाएर बोल्दा सुन्दैन कि, कफी आवाज आउँछ नि, थाहै पाउँदैन के भनेको। We have the background. A spectre is haunting Europe, the spectre of communism. All the powers of old Europe have entered into a holy alliance to exorcise this spectre. Pope and Tsar, Metternich and Guizot, French radicals and German police spies. So do you see, in the very opening paragraph, Karl Marx talks about a ghost, spectre. A spectre is a spirit appearing after death, body, ghost. And what is that spectre? He says that the spectre of communism. Communism is not a ghost, but people take communism as a ghost. Who? Look at what he says. He talks about a holy alliance. There is an alliance. Some people have come together to oppose communism. Who are they? Look, on one side we have Pope, then we have Tsar, the Russian emperor, then we have another something, Metternich something, okay, MICH. Then we have GUIZOT, then we have French radicals, then we have German police spies. This is one side, and then there are communists on the other side. So there are two forces. There are two forces standing against one another. What is the place? Europe. He talks about Europe. And he says that these are traditional political forces. And this one is new revolutionary force. This is a new revolutionary force, new ideology, communism. And communism believes in social equality. And these forces, Pope, Tsar, etc., these forces are traditional political forces. Like this is king. These are feudal forces. Feudal, Samanti in Nepal you call. Traditional forces. They do not believe in social equality in a sense. They take all the power and means of production in their hands and they exploit. Against the traditional political system, there is rising a new revolution that is called communism. This is the background. And in this background, Karl Marx, who supports communism, is writing a public statement as a guideline for the communists. So this manifesto is a basic guideline for anyone who believes in communism. And everybody around the world, even today, who call themselves a communist, the first thing they read is this text. It is like Veda, it is like Bible for them. Right? Okay. Now, I give you the background. Let's read further quickly. And then, where is party in opposition that has not been decried as communistic by its opponents in power? So the struggle is for power. What kind of power? Political power. The struggle is for political power. Let's read ahead. Where is the opposition that has not heard back the branding reproach of communism against the more advanced opposition parties as well as against the reactionary adversaries? Two things result from this fact. Communism is already acknowledged by all European powers to be itself a power. Now look, when all these people stand against communism, when the traditional powers come together to oppose communism, this proves that communism itself is a new power. So Marx says that communism is rising as a new power. But remember, it's not about today. It's about 100 before, or almost 100 before. So it is high time that communists should openly, in the face of the whole world, publish their views. Look, he's setting the context why this text is being published. Publish their views, aims, and tendencies, and meet this nursery tale of the spectre of communism with a manifesto of the party itself. So people were accusing that communism is a bad thing. People were saying that communism is harmful for society. They were spreading bad news about communism. So Marx said that it's right time to express our views. So this manifesto tells what is communism. This manifesto tells what is the aim of communism. This manifesto tells what are the tendencies of communism. And then to this end, communists of various nationalities have assembled in London. Look, when this manifesto was written, where? Look, what is the background? In London, if you go below, there are not below, up, there are prefaces that give you dates. In London, various communists from various countries came together and sketched the following manifesto to be published in English, French, German, Italian, Flemish, and Danish languages. So first, this manifesto was published in 6 languages. And this manifesto resulted from the International Convention of the Communist following people in London. Yes, you want to ask a question? But like you're trying to ask a question. Okay. Now move ahead. So this is the background. This is the background. Now we move to the text. Now we move to the text. The marker will lay in again. I feel like having a new marker. Okay. Now, let me introduce a word, dialectic materialism. What is dialectic? In dialectic, you have two things. For example, you have a thesis, then you have antithesis. Let's say force A, let's say force B, or let's say positive charge and negative charge, right? And what you will see that the thesis and antithesis, they always struggle. They always struggle. For example, in our example you read, on one side you have communism, you read on one side you have communism, on the other side you have traditional political forces like the Pope, the Tsar, right? Now, this is a new force. New force. This new force is revolutionary. This new force is revolutionary because it wants to change the society. This new force is revolutionary because it wants to change the society. Whereas this old force is reactionary. Why? Because it wants to maintain status quo. The old force like king and pope, they want to maintain the old political system. Why? Because the old political system, which is based on the exploitation of the poor by the rich, it benefits those people. As a result, what happens? I have the thesis. You have the thesis, and you have the antithesis. And these two opposing forces, they fight. Sometimes they fight openly, sometimes they fight in a hidden way. Now this fight has two consequences. It has two consequences, two results. There are two things that may happen out of this fight. What are that? Either both forces destroy each other. Both forces destroy each other. Or one force wins over the other. That leads to the restructuring of political system and society. So there are two possibilities. Either the two fighting parties, they kill each other and everything is finished. Or one party defeats the other and they merge together, and then society changes. New social structure develops, new political system develops. A very simple example in our local context, Nepali context. You see, in Nepal, there was monarchy. Right? There was monarchy. The king was ruling. Right? There were democratic parties. Right? Let's say between 2046 and 62. And do you realize, against the parties and monarchy, who was fighting? Who was fighting? The Maoists were fighting. Maoists had a 10-year insurgency in Nepal between 2052 and 62. Right? Do you remember? And then, in this fight, what happened? Look, monarchy got destroyed, got defeated. Monarchy was defeated. Who won? The Maoists won. As a result, today you have Prachanda in power. But surprising thing is that Maoists won the 10-year war. Monarchy was defeated, but they didn't implement their rules, their policies. They didn't implement communism. They themselves got corrupted and they became capitalists. The Maoists they began the revolution by saying that they will change the society, right? Rather than changing the society, they themselves changed. They forgot their mission. They forgot their plan. They forgot their revolution. And now today you see, the Maoist leaders are, not many, but many of them, themselves rich people. Right? So I give a little example to tell you how there is a struggle between two opposing forces. Now look, when this happens, when both parties die in the fight, this is destruction. This is destruction. But sometimes this happens, and this is known as synthesis. What do we call it? Synthesis. Synthesis means two opposing forces coming to a compromise. Two opposing forces coming to a compromise and leading to a new idea. So when thesis and antithesis struggle, there are two chances. Both thesis and antithesis get destroyed. Nothing is left. Chance one. Possibility two, the thesis and antithesis have a synthesis. They have a synthesis. They find a common ground. They find a meeting ground. They find harmony between them. And they come together. And this process of coming together is known as, this process of the two forces coming together is known as synthesis. And after synthesis, you have new thesis. You have new thesis. What do you have? And from this new thesis, again an antithesis is born. And Marxism says that this will continue. You have the thesis, antithesis, they will fight, there will be synthesis, new thesis will be born, and from the new thesis, again another antithesis will be born, again they will fight, again synthesis will take place, new thesis will be born. This is a never-ending process of social development. This is how society grows. This is how society grows. And this never-ending process of the struggle between thesis and antithesis, resulting into a synthesis, leading to a new thesis, and again having a new antithesis, again having a struggle, again having synthesis, is known as, what do we call it? Dialectic materialism. This is how society grows. This is how society grows. Society grows as a result of constant struggle between opposing forces. I repeat, society grows as a result of constant struggle between opposing forces. Society will never be classless. Although Marx in this text says that he is planning to have a classless society, but we have had many decades after what Marx wrote, and the experience says that society will never be classless. And the social struggle will never end. Discrimination will never end. It will go on forever. And this is how society keeps changing. But Karl Marx says that a point will come when communism will defeat all other ideology. Marx says that a time will come when communism will defeat all other isms. And then Marx says that after communism defeats all other political systems, it will capture political supreme power. And once communists capture political power, they will create a classless society. And this classless society is very close to Plato's idea of republic in that essay we read last time, the allegory of the cave. So here you will see both Plato and Marx are standing together, because Plato also wanted to create a perfect society. A society that has perfect goodness. A society that has perfect justice. A society ruled by philosopher king. Karl Marx also had the same aim. Karl Marx also says that if communists come in power, their aim will be creating a classless society. What is a classless society? A classless society is where there is no discrimination. Where there is no discrimination. Where there is no rich and poor. No rich and poor. So, do you see, both Plato and Karl Marx have same aim, creating a better society. But their approaches are different. Their approaches are different. Plato's approach is idealist. Marx's approach is materialist. Okay, can I erase it? Can I? Now, we have been saying that Marx talks about thesis and antithesis and synthesis and new thesis and new antithesis, again synthesis, and again. This is a never-ending process. This is a never-ending process. Now let me take you to the text and show you how Karl Marx explains this idea. Now look on the text on the screen. Pay attention to the text on the screen. Okay, let's read the text. The history of all hitherto existing society is the history of class struggle. So this is the one sentence paragraph. So the topic that Karl Marx is discussing, his topic is history of society. And what does he say? His view is this history is history of class struggle. There are two words to understand here. Class and struggle. What is a class? A class is a group of people having similar interest. A class is a group of people having similar interest. For example, teachers belong to a class. If you have 10 teachers, they will have similar interest. Against teachers, let's say soldiers, they have another class. Doctors, another class. Patients, another class. Buyers, another class. Sellers, another class. Farmers, another class. Businessmen, another class. So do you get the idea of class? Group of people who have similar interest. What is a class? What is a class? How do you define class? What is a class? Group of people having similar interest. The second word is struggle, right? For example, look here. An example. We have a farmer. We have a farmer. This farmer grows vegetable in his farm, right? In the village, let's say. Now, who buys this vegetable from his farm? Businessman. Who buys it? Who buys the vegetable? Who buys farmers' vegetable from the farm? Agricultural businessmen. And then, where do they bring that vegetable? Kalimati. Wholesale market, right? Do you sometimes read news from Chitwan that farmers bring all their vegetables and they throw it in the street? Have you heard this news? And then you read that golbina 5 rupiah ma bikena. In Kalimati, you buy the same golbina 100 rupiah kilo, 120 rupiah kilo, 50 rupiah kilo. किसान को खेत में they complain 5 रुपया में बेचता पनि बिकेन, बंदा गोभी 2 रुपया में बिकेन. As a result, they throw in the street. Right? Have you seen? What is happening? Because businessmen exploit farmers and they take all the profit from the vegetables which farmers grow. All the hard work is done by farmers. And all the profit and fruit is taken by businessmen. So do you see the relation here? The businessman is the exploiter. The businessman is the exploiter. The businessman is the victimizer. And the farmer is exploited. Now, what do you think will happen between the two? They will fight. They will fight. Why will they fight? Because they have a clash of interest. They have a clash of interest. Farmers work in the field to earn money. They never earn money. उनीहरूले त्यो कस्ट हुन्छ नि खेती गर्ने त्यो पनि उठ्दैन. किन? फार्मरले त्यो गोलबेडा फलायो, गोलबेडा टन्न फल्यो, गोलबेडा त राख्नु मिल्दैन, आज पाक्यो आजै बेच्नु पर्यो. अब व्यापारले के गर्छ? उसले देखाएको छ पाकेको गोलबेडा छ, कुहिन्छ अब यो जसरी पनि बेच्नु पर्यो, बाध्य छ बेच्नलाई. अनि व्यापारीले 2 रुपियाँ किलोमा दिने हो भन्दै जान्छ चितवनमा. जबकि किसानको कस्ट नै 10 रुपियाँ किलो पर्या होला, 5 रुपियाँ किलो पर्या होला, 20 रुपियाँ किलो पर्या होला. तर व्यापारी के भन्छ? पाकेको गोलबेडा देख्यो, अब कुहिन्छ भने थाहा छ नि त, 5 मा दिने हो भन्छ, अब किन्दिन भन्छ, किन्दिन्न. अब किन्दिन्न, भोलिपल्ट कुहिन्छ खेतमा. किसान बाध्य भयो, 10 रुपियाँ किलो कस्ट पर्यो गोलबेडा, कति बेच्छ उसले? 5. भरे घाटा लाग्यो नि. अब त्यही 5 रुपियाँमा किनेको गोलबेडा व्यापारीले यहाँ कति बेच्छ? 50 रुपियाँ किलो बेच्छ, 100 मा बेच्छ. नाफा कसले खायो? बीचको दलालले. कसले? दलालले. हामी गोलबेडा किन्न जान्छौँ, हामीलाई 100 रुपियाँ किलो पर्यो, हामी कस्टमर कति पे गर्यो? हामीले 100 रुपियाँ. अब हामीले 100 रुपियाँ तिरिसकेपछि त्यत्रो पैसा किसानले पाएन नि? पायो. किसानले कति पायो? 5 रुपियाँ पायो. किसानले कति पायो? 5. हामीले कति तिर्यौँ? 100. बीचको 95 कसले खायो? व्यापारीले खायो. किन? उसले दलाली गर्यो नि. दलाली भनेको एउटाबाट सामान ल्याउने अर्कोलाई बेच्ने दलाली. अब यो किसान र व्यापारीको सम्बन्ध राम्रो हुन्छ कि नराम्रो हुन्छ? अनि झगडा. I give an example how two classes fight because one class exploits another class. अब त्यही कुरा यहाँ आउँछ पाठमा. Look his example. He says that okay, look here. Free man, slave, patrician, plebeian, lord, serf, guild master, journeyman, oppressor, oppressed. Look, take up the example. Thesis, force 1. Free man. Who is a free man? Free man is one who is regarded as a legal citizen of a place. एकजना मैले चिन्छु, मेरो घरमा रङ लगाउन आउँछ। ऊ चाहिँ एउटा देशबाट 30 वर्ष अगाडि नेपाल आएको रहेछ। नेपालमा त 20 वर्षको थियो, अहिले 50 वर्षको छ। नेपाल आएपछि यहाँ एकजनाको श्रीमती भगाएर बिहा गरिदियो उसले, अर्काको वाइफ भगाइदियो। 30 वर्ष अगाडि बिहा गर्यो, नेपाली केटी बिहा गर्यो, ऊ आफू नेपाली होइन। अनि बच्चा जन्मायो, अहिले बच्चा 4-5 कति यहाँ पढ्छ। अस्ति भेट भयो, एउटा भ्याकेन्सी खुल्यो अमेरिकन एम्बेसीमा। मैले फोन गरेर बोला अप्लाई गर, तँलाई वर्षको 8 लाख तलब आउँछ भने। उसले पेन्डिङ काम गर्छ, राम्रो जानेछ। अनि अप्लाई गर्न त आइडी चाहियो, आइडी चाहियो नि अप्लाई गर्नु त, सिटिजनसिप चाहियो, डकुमेन्ट चाहियो नि। उसँग केही पनि छैन, एउटा आइडी कार्ड पनि छैन। उसको नाम छ एउटा, हामी बोलाउँछौँ, त्यो नाम उसको भने कुनै कागज छैन। मैले भने इन्डिया जान्छौ तिमी? जाँदिनौ सर। किन? 30 वर्ष भयो छोडेको, मलाई कसले चिन्छ भन्छ। वाइफको नागरिकता, बिहा गरेको लोग्ने छोडेर उसँग भाग्या भएर माइतीले सपोर्ट गर्दैन वाइफलाई। अनि वाइफको पनि नागरिकता छैन, माइतीले बनाइदिएन। किन बनाइदिएन? हामीले बिहा गरिदिएको एउटा छोडेर यसो सब गइस भएर पाइदियो। वाइफको सपोर्ट छैन। अब हस्बेन्ड वाइफ एउटा डेरामा बस्छन्, हस्बेन्डले कमाउँछ। अहिले मैले सोचेँ छोरोले कसरी पढिरहेको छ, दर्ता कसरी बजाउनु भन्दाखेरि छोरोको दर्ता भयो अरे। कसरी? अस्पतालमा जन्मेको कागज थियो, भयो। अब भोलि त्यो छोराले नागरिकता पाउँदैन। किन? आमाको नागरिकता पनि छैन, बाउको पनि छैन, उसको दर्ता मात्रै छ। एउटा कानुन छ नेपालमा, के? नेपालको बााउन्ड्रीभित्र जन्मिएको भेटिएको कुनै पनि नाबालक आमा बाबुको थाहा नलागेसम्म नेपाली मानिन्छ। त्यसमा टेकेर त्यो बच्चाले नागरिकता पाउँछ। तर सजिलै पाउँदैन, गाह्रो हुन्छ, प्रुभ गर्नुपर्छ। मेरो बाबामा चाहिँ थाहा छैन भनेर प्रुभ गर्नुपर्छ। म नेपाल भिजाउन प्रुभ गर्नुपर्छ। मैले इक्जाम्पल के को दिएँ? फ्री म्यान एन्ड, त्यो मैले भनेको पेन्टर फ्री म्यान भएन कि। किन फ्री म्यान भएन? उसँग नागरिकता छैन। तपाईँसँग नागरिकता भयो भने तपाईँले क्लेम गर्नुहुन्छ नि, यो राइट मेरो, आई हेभ द राइट भन्नुहुन्छ नि, उफ्रिनुहुन्छ नि, मेरो अधिकार भन्नुहुन्छ नि। यदि कसैसँग नागरिकताको अधिकार भन्नु मिल्छ? यु बिकम अ स्लेभ। इन द एन्सियन्ट टाइम देयर वर 2 टाइप अफ पिपल। दोज पिपल हु ह्याड दिस recognition as citizen. There were other people who were not recognized as citizen. They were treated as slaves. They were treated as slaves. See the class. Then patrician, plebeian. Who is a patrician? A rich person. Who is a plebeian? A poor farmer. Rich person versus poor farmer. Then lord and serf. Who is a lord? One who owns all the property. Who is a serf? Who has nothing? Slave. Guild master, journeyman. Who is a guild master? Shopkeeper. पसलको मालिक. Who is journeyman? पसलमा काम गर्ने सिकारु मान्छे. साउजी and कामदार. साउजी and कामदार. The साउजी always wants to pay less to the कामदार. The साउजी always wants to exploit the कामदार. So they always fight. So this is an example. You have the thesis and antithesis. How it goes? They keep fighting. They keep fighting. This class is defeated. This class is defeated. And this class goes on winning. Synthesis. And society transforms in a positive way. And we have new class, new classes, new people, new society. तपाईँ नेपालमा राजतन्त्रबाट कहाँ आइपुग्नु भयो? प्रजातन्त्रमा जानुभएको थियो 46 मा। अहिले कहाँ आउनुभयो? लोकतन्त्र। अझ के हैन, गणतन्त्र। व्हाट डु यु कल इट? लुक, राजतन्त्र, प्रजातन्त्र, लोकतन्त्र, गणतन्त्र. Look the transformation. Look the change. I don't know how meaningful the change is, but change is there. Okay. अगाडि हेर्नुहोस् त. Now look, this fight ends in revolutionary reconstruction of society at large or in a common destruction, as I told you earlier. Second paragraph. In earlier, now from para 1 to para 12, I guess, Karl Marx presents a survey of social development, and it shows how the capitalist class developed. In the first 12 paragraphs, Karl Marx explains the development of the bourgeois class. Which class? Which class? Ki class bhane मैले? Bourgeois class. Bourgeois means middle class. Bourgeois means middle class or business class. What does bourgeois mean? Middle class or business class. What is the spelling? B-O-U-R-G-E-O-I-S. Bourgeois. Okay. So for example, look here. He writes, in the earlier epochs of history, actually around this paragraph line, in the earlier epochs of history, we find almost everywhere a complicated arrangement of society into various orders, a manifold gradation of social rank. In ancient Rome, so what did he say? Society has rank or hierarchy. And I'll give an example. In ancient Rome, we have patricians, then we have knights, we have plebeians, we have slaves. Look, like in Nepal you have Brahmins, Kshatris, Vaishyas, so-called Shudras. So the hierarchy. Falsely many people argue that Brahmins are the highest caste. Falsely. Falsely many people say that Shudras are lowest caste. So the hierarchy in Nepali culture. In Europe also, look, the patricians were the highest class. Knights were below them. Plebeians below them. Slaves are the bottom. So what is the second argument? Society has rank and hierarchy. Society has rank and hierarchy. This rank and hierarchy is based on exploitation of the lower class by the upper class. Exploitation of lower class by the upper class. Read ahead. In the Middle Ages, feudal law, again look, highest class. Vassals, second highest class. Guildmaster, third highest class. Journeymen, fourth highest class. Apprentices, fifth class. Serfs, the lowest. Who is the guildmaster? Guildmaster is a person who controls business. Guildmaster, a business person who controls, जस्तै कोही कोही बिजुलीको नेपालमा एउटा मैले सुनेको नेपालभरिको दाल एउटा व्यापारीले मगाउँछ अरे कि एकदम एउटै एक्लै मगाउँछ अरे अनि उसले चाह्यो भने दालै बन्द हुन्छ अरे सुनेको मैले एउटा व्यापारीले देशभरिको दाल ल्याएर बेच्छ अरे कि सिंगल व्यापारीले बुलेट बाइक कसले ल्याउँछ नेपालमा हुलासले अरू ल्याउन पाउँदैन गिल्डमास्टर भने के हो कुनै व्यापार कन्ट्रोल गरेर बस्ने मान्छे उसकै हातमा कसो आफ्नो उसले चाहिँ मात्रै गर्छ आफ्नै मूल्य राख्छ अरू के गर्न सक्दैन राइट सो अगेन इन मिडल क्लास what do you see look here Karl Marx is charting and surveying the development of society पहिला एन्शियन्ट रोमको भन्यो त्यहाँ के देखायो patrician knight plebeian slaves middle age के सबभन्दा माथि को रहेछ who is the highest
Lord.
फ्युडल लर्ड भने के हो? वान हु हेज अल द ल्यान्ड इन हिज कन्ट्रोल। जमिनदार भन्छ नेपालीमा फ्युडल लर्ड। यो भने तल को छ? भेसल्स भनेको कमैया हुन्छ नि, अर्का जग्गा कमाएर बस्ने कि। लर्डसँग जमिन छ, ल मेरो जमिन तिमी खेती गरेर खाऊ भन्छ नि। देन यु हेभ गिल्ड मास्टर को? साना व्यापारी हु कन्ट्रोल्स थिङ्स। देन यु हेभ जर्नीम्यान को? पसलमा काम गर्ने कामदार। अब पसलले कामदारलाई शोषण गर्छ नि। मेरो घरमा एकजना बाबु छ, नयाँ बस पार्कमा काम गर्न जान्छ। बिहान 5 बजे जान्छ, 3 बजीतिर 8-9 घन्टा काम गर्छ। म दङ्ग पर्छु, अहिलेको जमानामा 8 घन्टा उभिएर काम गर्छ ऊ, र 1 सेकेन्ड हात खाली हुँदैन उसको। र त्यो काउन्टर जहाँ उसले काम गर्छ, एक दिनमै 5 लाख 10 लाखको व्यापार हुन्छ अरे। उसको तलब कति हो थाहा छ? 5 लाख 10 लाख साउजीले कमाउँदाखेरि उसले कति पैसा पाउँछ थाहा छ महिनाको? दिनको 8 घन्टा उभिएर काम गरे बापत त्यो बच्चाले 21 वर्षको छ ऊ, दिनको 350 रुपियाँ पाउँछ ज्याला तलब। तपाईँ दिनको 350 रुपियाँमा कसैको पसलमा गएर 8 घन्टा उभिएर काम गर्न तयार हुनुहुन्छ? उसले गरिरहेछ, उसले गरिरह। अब यो के हो? यो दिस इज एक्सप्लोइटेसन। दिस इज। अब त्यो केटाको मनमा त त्यो पसलले प्रति नराम्रो हवा जाग्छ जाग्दैन? आफैले गन्छ। ऊ क्यासमा बस्छ त्यो केटा, ऊ टाँठो छ अनि क्यासमा हालिदिए रहेछ। उसको काम दिनभरि गयो, आज मैले 5 लाख गने भन्छ। कहाँ होलसेल व्यापार हुन्छ भन्छ। उसले कति पाउँछ? 5 लाख। साउजीले 5 लाख अर्न गर्दा त्यो 5 लाख काउन्टरमा गन्ने मान्छे कति पाउँछ दिनको? 350 रुपियाँ। अझ 50 पनि पुग्दैन। महिनाको 10,000 333 रुपियाँ। जबकि 1 छाक खाना खाएको काठमाडौँमा मिनिमम 200 रुपियाँ लाग्छ। बिहान बेलुका खायो भने कति लाग्यो? 400। उसले बिहान बेलुका खाना नै कति चाहिन्छ? 400। उसको साउजीले उसलाई तलब कति दिन्छ? 350। अर्थात् उसैकोमा काम गरेर खाने पैसा पनि दिँदैन। यो के हो? यो दिस इज एक्सप्लोइटेसन। यसले के हुन्छ? कम्युनिस्ट जन्मिन्छ। के जन्मिन्छ? त्यही भएर भन्छ वेयर देयर इज पवर्टी कम्युनिजम थ्राइभ्स, वेयर देयर इज एक्सप्लोइटेसन कम्युनिजम थ्राइभ्स। तपाईँलाई इक्जाम्पल दिएँ। के इक्जाम्पल दिएँ? गिल्ड मास्टर एन्ड जर्नीम्यानको आधुनिक इक्जाम्पल। देन एप्रेन्टिस भने के हो? त्यो नयाँ नयाँ मान्छे ल्याएर राख्छ नि पसलमा सिकाउनलाई। सिकाउनु हुन्छ नि, काम सिक्न बस्छ नि, उसलाई त झन् थोरै पैसा दिन्छ। हजुर जो भर्खर सिक्न गएको हुन्छ, जस्तो म बाइक बनाउन जान्छु अनि कहिलेकाहीँ त्यो धुने मान्छे देख्छु कि, उसलाई सोध्छु कति भयो? 1 वर्ष भयो। के गरिरहेको छौ? धुने मात्रै। अरू सिकाउँदैन? सिकाउँदैन साहब। 2 वर्ष धोएर बस भनेको छ अरे। 2 वर्ष धोएर बस्ने ऊ, राइट? एप्रेन्टिस। देन सर्भ भनेको स्लेभ। सर्भ इज वान हु वर्क्स फर फ्री। हु वर्क्स फर फ्री, फ्रीमा काम गर्ने। लाइक आवर मदर्स एट होम। आवर मदर्स एट होम आर स्लेभ्स। तपाईँको ड्याडीले, मलाई हेर्नुहोस्, तपाईँको ड्याडीले तपाईँको मामुलाई महिना मर्दा तलब दिनुभएको छ? घर घर सोध्नुहोस् आज मम्मीलाई। मम्मी हजुर चाहिँ बिहान खाना पकाउनुहुन्छ, बेलुका खाना पकाउनुहुन्छ, लुगा धुनुहुन्छ, घर हेर्नुहुन्छ, सबै गर्नुहुन्छ, हामीलाई जन्माउनु हुर्काउनु भयो। ड्याडीले केही काम अन्त गरेर गर्नुभयो भने पैसा पाउनुहुन्छ। ड्याडीले भात पकायो भने ड्याडी के हुनुहुन्छ? कुक। ड्याडीले भात पकायो, ड्याडीको नाम के हुन्छ? सेफ। पैसा पाउनुहुन्छ नि। त्यही भात मम्मीले पकायो भने मम्मी कुक हुँदैन, सेफ हुँदैन। मम्मी के हुन्छ? हाउसवाइफ। अनि ड्याडीले भात पकायो भने महिना मर्दा तलब आउँछ नि, आउँछ आउँदैन? मम्मीले भात पकायो भने तलब आउँछ आउँदैन? घर घर सोध्नुहोस् आज। त्यही भएर आवर मदर्स आर स्लेभ्स। दे आर। तपाईँलाई सुन्दा अप्ठ्यारो लाग्ला। स्लेभ भनेको वान हु वर्क्स फर फ्री। वान हु वर्क्स फर फ्री। बिना पैसा काम गर्ने स्लेभ हो नि त। आवर मदर्स आर वर्किङ फर फ्री। अनि त्यही लोग्नेसँग पैसा माग्नु पऱ्यो भने कस्तो गाह्रो भएर माग्नुपर्छ, आज पैदल भन्नुपर्छ, राइट? लुक, आज पनि स्लेभरी छ हरेक परिवारमा। यु मे थिङ्क कहाँ छ सर? इफ एनीबडी इज वर्किङ फर फ्री, दे आर। तपाईँले कसैलाई बिना पैसा काममा लगाइराख्नु भएको छ भने यु आर ट्रिटिङ देम एज स्लेभ्स। ओके, पढाउ त अगाडि। द modern bourgeois society that has sprouted from the ruins of feudal society has not done away with class antagonism. Look, what is the word he used? What is the word? Modern bourgeois society. What is the word? Modern bourgeois society. Okay. It has but established new classes, new conditions of oppression, new forms of struggle in place of old. Look, यसरी यहाँ लेखाउँदै फेरि सुरुबाटै बटममा modern bourgeois society। यो कहाँबाट आयो? यो कहाँबाट आयो? सबभन्दा पहिला को थियो? पहिला फ्युडल लर्ड। यसो यहाँ हेर्नुहोस् त। अनि त्यसको तल को थियो? प्याट्रिसियन। त्यसको तल को थियो? नाइट। त्यसको तल को थियो? प्लेबियन। त्यसको तल को थियो? स्लेव्स। यो भयो एन्सियन्ट एजमा। मिडल एजमा फ्युडल लर्ड। त्यसको तल को थियो? भेसल्स। त्यसको तल को थियो? गिल्ड मास्टर। त्यसको तल को थियो? जर्नीमेन। त्यसको तल को थियो? अप्रेन्टिस। त्यसको तल को थियो? सर्भ। अब यो दुईटा फाइट गर्ने भयो, यो दुईटा फाइट गर्ने भयो, यो दुईटा फाइट गर्ने भयो, यो दुईटा फाइट गर्ने भयो। किन फाइट गर्छ? हि एक्सप्लोइट्स हिम। यो पनि फाइट गर्ने भयो, यो पनि फाइट गर्ने भयो, यो पनि फाइट गर्ने भयो, यो पनि फाइट गर्ने भयो। हरेक पोइन्टमा फाइटिङ छ। हरेक पोइन्टमा के छ? फाइटिङ। किन फाइटिङ छ? यो एक्सप्लोइटर अनि यो चाहिँ एक्सप्लोइटेड, राइट? अनि यो फाइटिङले के गर्छ? चेन्ज सोसाइटी। अल्टिमेटली कहाँ आइपुग्छ? फाइट हुँदा 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 ट्रान्सफर्मेसन हुँदा हुँदा कहाँ आइपुग्छ? न्यू बोर्जुवा क्लास। अब यहाँ लेख्नुहोस् त, मोडर्न बोर्जुवा। अब यसले के गर्यो? यु मे फिल कि अब त सिद्धि अफ सोसाइटी इस्टाब्लिस हुन्छ, राम्रो। नो, यो नयाँ थेसिस, न्यू थेसिस, इट हेज अ न्यू एन्टिथेसिस। के? द प्रोलेटेरिएट क्लास। The proletariat class. And in this text, Karl Marx describes the struggle between bourgeois and proletariat. He describes what the communists want to do with religion, law, and then he describes finally his plan about economic change in society. Serious कुरा छ, मलाई थाहा छ। के हो? We'll stop here.